You are watching Liberty Online TV.
As people, it seems as if we not even learn it at all.
Plenty finger pointing that happened after the elections, especially after this dialogue back.
It meets the needs of the people, or not the challenge and the way the people then look forward to for a solution.
Where did they bring Westcam into the country? Instead of them paying 0%, they will pay 5% on the value.
Because the oil based South Salon will be on the two tax. And the two tax that they use for run the states.
But what is inside these budgets, we see there is going to be room for macroeconomic stability.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of the program One on One, where they come to you live from Liberty Online Television, na Facebook, YouTube, and also na our website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. This net asido with the Executive Director for CHRDI, Abdul Fatoma, when a civil society organization where they talk on issues them we get for those human rights. If you don't follow CHRDI for the past 3 weeks now through their Twitter campaign for talk on the issues where they happen at the University of Salone and SEF. This BNTM, it give 14 days ultimatum to the Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education for trying to resolve the issue and constitute the university court so that the university will begin for function back properly. Well, waiting at all of these ultimatum and how CHRDI don't continue with their engagement and advocacy for resolve the issues them at the University of Salone, you go know this net. Remember, say you say for the watch with this net, get opportunity for add your voice to the program. Send we your message na the comment section at any of the platform them where you watch we, or you can as well text we on 074 200 545. This net's a pleasure for Sido with Abdul Fatoma. Good evening, Mr. Fatoma.
Good evening and thanks for having me.
All right. As I don't tell viewers them, we can look at this Twitter campaign where una they do. Una don they write several issues them, update the public, international body them about this advocacy where una they do for resolve the issues them between the USL and that of the Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education. Firstly, what in draw CHRDI attention to this particular issue?
Well, CHRDI is a social policy advocacy organization, and policies that were based on human rights. And the issue na the University of Sierra Leone gets a lot for deal with human rights and the rule of law. So we get drawn to that. But before we dive in much proper, we've been engaged the two institutions and we talk to the minister himself through phone conversation. We first send and text say we investigate the alleged government interference into the university leadership, and they respond to we, and we get a phone conversation on that. We get the ministry their own position. Then we also get a conversation with some representative of the academics then at the University of Sierra Leone. They explain their own side of the story, and then we now know that the student them or the rule of law they at stake. You get caught middle. Between these two individuals groups. So with that, we decided for now put out a press statement that was on February 22nd, call on the government for let them go swiftly resolve this issue. And we also highlight the challenges that we're students and they go through at the university under the university leadership. Sexual harassment, extortion, and so many other things.
This advocacy where una join, una don dey try for engage several stakeholders and party them. How the response from the ministry where they say na key player in resolving this issue? How you don't tell it?
Well, the ministry then respond not look positive towards the law but not that they're not responding. They're responding, but in the wrong way. And now the ministry use laws, provisions, and way they can publicly and say the director of education at tertiary and higher education say they may rely on Section 62, and where you read Section 62 of the National Constitution, not actually give them the vehicle for let them do what they do, not give them any legal backup. Then also the minister say the TEC Act gave provision for let it do that, and the Sideway cite Section 7 of the TEC Act, subsection 2F, where they talk about recommendation and advice, and they say TEC recommend to and say let it dissolve the court, let it sanction the court, let it institute an investigation as to how that happened. But waiting they fail for realize in that particular provision where a cite to the public through a press conference, that provision they not give power to TEC for recommend for a dissolving a university court. So again, the permanent secretary writes a letter to the currently in legal appointed acting vice chancellor, say by pursuant to section 8.5 of the University Act 2021, in one for appointing. But when you read section 8.5 of the University Act, it not give power to the permanent secretary for make appointment. It not give any power to the permanent secretary. So this clearly shows not that they are not making effort, but they're doing effort, but in the wrong way.
So with somebody who gets a background in law, in all of these things where they unfold, you think say the ministry they overuse the powers where they get, or then they use powers where they don't get at all?
Then they use power where you not get any legal backing, and then they abuse power.
When you look at the people where they like the hem of affairs that the ministry now, people who come out from the University of Salon, for example, the minister Haja Wuri, he just come out as a dean at the nursing faculty. You look at the director of higher education, himself come out at the university. Somebody where they watch all of this saga where they unfold, go on for say they ought for know better, then for know the procedures and structures. So if they don't go now for go head the supervisory ministry, now be a right decision by the president for appoint somebody who come outside the university so that it will go head such a ministry where they supervise the university. You hold a contrary view to that perception.
Well, based on the background analysis where you give, now you see the actions, that say, form a legal basis, but if very malicious, it gets something like a malice. So either the way they meaning the university was not proper, and now they get the power, it's time to react or revenge.
Yeah,
So,
that statement not new, because when this whole issue starts, more like that, we don't come up say that transferred anger.
Yeah,
Where they pull from the university.
the two individuals get a bitter experience whilst them in the university. So when I mean proper, that's my definition for this conversation. That they had a bitter experience.
But is it right for
with the
bring and calm at the ministry?
Well, in all cases, it wrong, and I make it say then they're on the wrong side of doing things, because what's improper for them for act within the laws and of this country, and the law will govern them. So this having thing is that a Ministry of Technical and Higher Education gets huge responsibility for lead by example, not for lead by precept.
When you look at the whole confusion the university, then dissolve the university courts. We get the powers for run the university, because during the 2018 elections, leading to the 2023 elections, we also said the president say it depoliticize the university, it pull and by the university. Now the act just say it can go there as a visitor, left the university court for run the affairs of the university. Now the ministry don't dissolve the courts. And when we listen to the public relations officer for the university this morning, he make it clear say they don't even get new signatory them to the university account, so that the university management not go just store. Is that proper?
It's a clear ironic something. Back when the president being Kenema for go inaugurate the Eastern University, he talked to the world and the people of this country, saying, then as a government, don't set up a university system now where we choose their own leadership. So with that, him been promised and him don't deliver. So now he make the university act where a sign for let it come into law, make clear provision for appointees under Section 5, 1 and 2. Section 5, 1 say the president in appointees them. Now, then are the visitor to the university as per the law. And Section 2 of that provision say, and subsection 2 of that provision say, the president can go worker at the campus system, at the university, but enough for intervene in the governance, academic governance affairs, meaning enough for mellow around how the academic governance will look like. So now it gets a minister right under a watch in the president. The minister grabbed, it dissolved a whole university court. The ministry grabbed, they make a legal appointment citing the wrong legal provision, meaning we did not get any legal bearing for doing thing and day. And the government say human capital development is a mantra. And if they consider human capital development, education are one of the strongest pillars for actually build any country human capital. So now, if a whole University of Sierra Leone, they in a crisis through the handwork of the appointees of the president, and the president will make a commitment, say, it don't set up a university system now in this country. We for choose the new leadership. But when it comes to the University of Sierra Leone, it is a complete reverse based on the activities of the ministry. We disregard the rule of law, we disregard the laws of this country, we disregard processes and procedures. So it sounds hypocritical, when it comes to that. Then it also undermines the government commitment for education and also human capital development.
All right, viewers, in case you just tune in, the program now One on One, they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, na Facebook, YouTube, and also now our website. This night, we look at the Twitter campaign and the call where CHRDI they call for Lady Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education try for resolve the issue at the University of Salon, and then constitute back the university court, we then dissolve. And at the studio for talk about this particular issue, we get the Chief Executive for CHRDI, winner Abdul Fatoma. When they come back to you, so someone give 14 days ultimatum to the ministry for let them look inside some of them concern their own get as an advocacy group. And also, when I don't write a letter of notice to the Inspector General of Police for informants say, when I plan for stage a very peaceful protest in front of the Ministry of Tertiary Education, their office, so that they will provide for security. What if the Inspector General of Police not respond to the letter and the day when I don't put for this protest reach? When I will go ahead with the protest?
We act by the law, this country. even though we're against that very provision, the Section 17 of the Public Order Act, we not get any friend with human rights issue, freedom of assembly, freedom of expression, but the law not the law. So we don't formally notify the Inspector General of Police, as that law they say the Commissioner of Police. We also copy the supervisory agencies, the Ministry of Internal Affairs and the Office of National Security, because we think it normally happen when people write for notification or permit for some people, then police can say we not get the letter, then the ministry say we not see, police not militant, the ONS can say we not get idea. So for let them not say they not get idea, we just copy them, put them in the loop within the security sector, for let them look into this legitimate, genuine concern, and we express in that letter, say we want to do a peaceful demonstration. We provide time. We say we want to do this within the hours of 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and we want for doing right now the premise of the ministry, because that New England space hosts several ministry, but now we say that the young premise no more, just right in front of them, meaning we don't have to enter inside the compound, but just before the compound. 9 o'clock then they go walk, let them see we concern. So even when they don't walk down, 1 to 2 then they go out for lunch, let them see we back. Then we can now left them. But by then, we don't call the world attention, we don't call this country attention into that. So we patiently and anxiously waiting will be the response of the Australian police, waiting will be the response from the Ministry of Internal Affairs, waiting will be the response from the Office of National Security.
From the look of things and how the ministry don't they respond to this particular issue, from the call where the ASAD on the call, even before they go into this strike action, I believe say a couple of times we don't host the ASAD president Naya, just the talk on legality and upholding the rule of law and how the ministry don't they respond. You think say this on a protest eventually, if it happen, it will make any difference?
Already, this protest don't make a significant difference.
How so?
It don't bring a lot of awareness to people for what are the legal provisions that were there inside the University Act. A lot of students, a lot of parents, member of the public, they don't be know some of them things, but through a campaign, we're able to highlight them provisions and they publicly. And government, they under tremendous pressure for ensure say they fixed it, like I said earlier. They're fixing it, but they're doing it the wrong way, all outside of ego. They know one for common say they face for them flat at the ground, and civil society flag them up. So because of the no want for hold up, and say we are wrong, let's accept and move on. So they're still putting up some kind of a resistance. But as stubborn as they are, as stubborn as we are in this contest, we don't say simple way we treat our campaign say the only way forward now for let government restore back through the laws of the university and the laws of this country. But anything outside the laws of this country, it is unacceptable, towards we campaign. So we don't make that clear to them, and we're happy that Liberty give you this opportunity. This platform is highly watched. So why is then they watch this? Let them know clearly the message is that if they not do the thing through the legal means, the laws that we're doing at this country, we will reject them and we'll continue with campaign.
You just don't do a challenge and you say as stubborn as they are and as stubborn as CHRDI.
We are, yeah.
You are not backing down.
No, we don't.
What do you expect during this protest? You they anticipate, say, the minister go come out in office and can address you.
I don't want to talk to the minister. I go be unfair with him, but within I can guarantee.
But why you know about so you look forward to a dialogue?
No. Yeah,
So if the opportunity come for
if
get a conversation,
if the minister come, we go get on the platform.
but you just you don't want to talk to her. Is it not malice?
No, not malice. I not say I know one for. I say I know one for talk for the minister. The question
okay.
where you ask me,
Okay.
I know one for talk to. I know one for talk for the minister, but in the meantime, whilst we there in front of in office, when the police go grant with that permit, if he come out for speak, we'll get the megaphone or the mic for let's speak to the protesters. And we will be love to do that greatly. So much. Like, I mean, we believe in negotiation. We don't do a lot of diplomacy dialogue and diplomacy advocacy. So, I mean, something that you iron and out through diplomatic means. But we also make that approach, but the ministry reject that. So, I mean, we are now where we are. And so if they reverse their decision back, they want to have a dialogue for let we see how we go all contribute and resolve this thing amicably. We are 100% willing and happy. We interest in this now for resolve this thing within the laws of Sierra Leone. No other interest than that.
For let sanity be restored na the university, especially the 3 universities that were caught up in this particular issue, Frabe College, IPAM, and that of Commerce. What do you think, say, now the immediate action for let everybody just decide for put aside the ego and look to the students them we're caught up in the middle of this? What do you think is the immediate action now? What are supposed for step in? Is it the president or other stakeholder there? Because when you look at the hierarchy of the university, you get well-respected people at the university. Talk about the Sanfako madam, na respected name them, na Sierra Leone. You might hold a different view. So who do you feel safe for stepping at this point and say, you know what, let's resolve this issue?
When I don't talk to Safa Kroma.
Not yet.
Well, the University of Sierra Leone, based on reliable information, currently get Chancellor Sanfa will not resign within this saga.
No, you don't kind of.
No, yes, deliberately say and let the public know about this, and create more drama in the midst of drama. But authoritatively, we reliably inform until otherwise the change begin. But the conversation where we get that we don't formally don't tender a resignation a few weeks ago, from last week to now. Yeah. The president aware about this. That said there's a crisis because it is see on social media, it is see on national newspaper, it is see on it is listen on national radio, it is see on national television, and because now all of with big media houses that they all get online. Mm-hmm. And as a president, you forbid a brief about the major newspaper headlines. So when you look at 2 weeks ago to now, you see CHRDI, concerned about the leadership. So if it could not be briefed.
So you think is he ill-advised in all of this issue? Or
Well,
is it
technically, the one that we're responsible for give technical advice to president, maybe, I use the word maybe because I'm not sure, and don't get any very wrong advice. But then, at the midst of all this, you start asking yourself, where is the law officers? Also, then where a whole ministry, they continue for misquote legal provisions. We not give them backing, they say, I give them backing. The AG's office, the principal legal advisor to government. Outside that office there. So when you see a government call a national press conference, they tell civil society, they say fake thing. You get, another government official with paid by government from the consolidated fund. They talk, say, if people then get balls, let them write for protest, for protest facelessly. If you get, that's an intimidation. A government official telling citizens, if you get balls, right, so, think that police time for approve, that you the prejudge, and a country where they talk about, constitution and freedom of expression, they intimidate citizens, their right to express themselves. So, like, when we talk about protests, now, Chadi, anything we do, we don't hide, we come openly. And the letter where we send to the police, me as a leader, Chadi for now me sign, my name, the telephone number, everything, we office, they are an open space. We know them corner with the Wilkinson Road. I don't talk on a radio, I don't talk on a television, we don't Twitter and our Twitter handle. If you want, we verify that Twitter, so you can even get all legal channel for apprehend if you want for locate. So, but for let a government official from the Human Rights Commission, they say if you get balls, write, letter to the police, for protest in facelessly, you cite August 10. I mean, protest, no matter how ugly August 10 may be, it doesn't mean say all the citizens do not get a right for notify the police for protest.
So in all of this, so they happen, that draw me to the next question of if the police go give una this permission, where una don't say una need security, taking into consideration how certain organization then don't they write to the police, but the police they look the letter and say no, una they give una permission, and the intended protest then they can just die down like that.
If the police not guilty, and now police show the entire world the allegations against the government of Australia, say then they stifle freedom of assembly. Any protest we not favor government policy, they know they grant them, or protest them we favor government policy, then they grant them. When now push become alarming issue, we see school picking them a video, primary school picking them go out. The protests hold placards. Adults then join them. We know there is a single arrest. And police not communicate to the public, say that school day, then give them permission, right? Because it they in the interest of push. So, but now, a legal organization don't write, a well-known organization in the country don't write, say, well, give you permission. I mean, we don't notify una provide security for condom outside where we the protest. And then we put reviews out through placards, megaphone. So I don't want to say, but if they're not guilty, it show the world how government respects the human rights of citizens. The same MCC compact what they talk about, a rally ran against you on so many issues, on human rights, rule of law, and the very international communities, and we always as a country want for satisfied and with citizens. Then they now with Twitter handle, some retweet this thing them, and some get the publications So basically, if they are not talking, they don't have rights as per the mandate, the Vienna Convention, for mellow in with internal affairs. But it doesn't mean that they don't see. Then they see. And then they interact with we. Right? So basically, if they're not guilty, the world now see a complete
another
something.
Approach, just as plan B.
Well, like we will give two options, but either we demonstrate, we not demonstrate. Either they resolve the issue, they not resolve the issue, they go to the High Court for, judicial administrative review. For no, if the power where the ministry use, they actually get that power. Now, administrative judicial review. Okay. Just for that we know if they actually get the power. So that's what we have on the card. So like I say, as stubborn as they are, so we serve them in this. So until they run the right way, they will all part company.
All right, many thanks, Abdul Fatoma. We join with the program this net for can talk about the Twitter campaign where una dey on now and they call on the Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education for resolve the ongoing leadership saga at the university. We'll continue for follow CHRDI as una they continue to na advocacy for say this issue be resolved. Now also the program one on one go left you for this net. Many thanks to una all who don't view the program, una all who don't share the program so that more people will join the conversation for know waiting CHRDI the up to and how they don't plan for stage a peaceful protest in front of the Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education, their office in New Englandville. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a good night.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
As people, it seems as if we not even learn it at all.
Plenty finger pointing don't happen after the elections, especially after this dialogue back.
It meets the needs of the people, or the challenge and the way the people then look forward to for a solution.
Where did the bring West come into the country? Instead of them paying 0%, they will pay 5% on the value.
Because the only place South Saga will be on the two tax, and the two tax that they use for run the states.
But what is inside these budgets, we see there is going to be room for macroeconomic stability.